Previously on the Vampire Diaries.
Slow it down. Sipping on propane. Sipping on propane. Sipping on.
Have you had any blackouts? Instances of lost time?
Listening to scissor, yeah, sipping on some scissor. Riding with Rodrigo while she's driving through the suburbs. Jeremy's ghost exes, right? Sending him ghost Texas. I bet before they left, he got to get him some ghost beat. Okay, let's go. Pour out the brothers bond. Season 4's coming on. Ashley Pete chop it up about what's going on. Devin is 8 for Pete, trying to kill OGs. Tyler hybrid side. Caroline turns 18. Here comes season 4. Someone bolt the door. Get the diary out. It's time for fan meeting now. Woo!
All it's best you had to drop a human blood. Since I'm not trying to drive a lane off the Whitcreek Bridge.
Hello, welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast where a guy is watching the series for the first time with a superfan who has seen every episode. I'm the titular Petey. Let's just say I put the Petey in Vampire, but please call me Pete, and I'm here with my co-host and co-parent Ash.
You usually say hello to me.
Hello, Ash.
Hello, Pete.
New year, new way of doing things. No hellos.
Oh, no.
Just kidding. First episode of the year 2023.
Which, bizarre, by the way.
Pretty weird.
I was saying it with my class, and I was like, that sounds crazy, but that's the year it is.
2023. We're almost next year we'll have lived, not to age ourselves, but we'll have lived as much on this side of 2000 as on the other side of 2000.
Oh, that's interesting. I think to say 2023 sounds like not a big deal, but I had said 2023, and I was like, yikes, that sounds really weird.
Yep, and we missed like a week or two, but now we're back.
We're back. Hope everyone had a good little holiday.
Yeah, they didn't need us.
Everyone was busy.
Yapping at them.
They would have been stressed that they couldn't catch up, so
yeah,
they're grateful that they had a reprieve.
Yep, they had their movie lists and TV lists to finish.
Oh yeah,
and their favorite
books
and favorite podcast lists on their Spotify's.
Mm-hmm.
Ash, we received a bottle of Brothers Bond for Christmas.
We did.
Very exciting.
I know. I'm super excited about it.
And in fact...
Is it our third?
I think we've had several.
Oh, we've had more. We just kept the 2 that got signed.
We have 2 signed, but I think this is either our 4th or 5th bottle.
That's good.
Yeah. Excited to crack it open.
A nice gift.
Mm-hmm. And I would say that people should send us more of it. Yeah,
I would be excited to receive it.
Yeah, we'll... if someone wants to DM us or whatever, I'd figure out a non-my address location for it to be sent to.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to pay back your favorite podcasters over here with some Brothers Bond.
Yeah, we'll give you a shout out if you want.
Oh, yeah. Ash, let's not beat around the bush.
Okay.
Let's get into this episode.
Let's do it.
I do have a semi-game for the end. So.
What's a semi-game?
Is it a game, people will ask?
Okay.
Or is it a thought experiment? Game is a loose term.
All right.
But we'll see. We'll get there.
Okay.
Season 4, episode 7. Not quite halfway through season 4.
Almost. Getting there.
My Brother's Keeper.
Mm-hmm.
What does this conjure for you?
I thought that there was another episode with the same name, but there wasn't.
When I saw the episode title, I was like, what is this, the 3rd episode with that title?
There's got to just be lots of My Brother's so-and-so, whatever. I haven't looked at how many titles say brother in it. But
No. Well, in this episode, they truly say Brothers Bond.
Yes.
Or Brother Bond.
Brother Bond over some tridelts.
Yeah, which we'll get there again. But it's so funny, like... When they were naming their whiskey, they were really like, what did we say, like 10 times?
They picked the perfect name for their whiskey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, the My Brother's Keeper didn't really pull anything for me at the time. Other than I thought there were other titles. How about you?
Cain and Abel, I believe it's from. Am I my brother's keeper?
Yeah.
Oh. My brother just texted me. Just kidding.
Oh my gosh, that would not be surprising if that happened. That kind of stuff happens to you all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, it is Cain and Abel. Am I not my brother's keeper or something like that?
Well, he's not his brother's keeper is what his point was.
Right, but they say everything like
Yeah.
tricky wicky.
Hast thou doth protest to be thine brother's keeper too much?
Exactly.
Something like that. Ash, this cold open was doing some work.
It was a lot, and it went fast.
There was some intercutting, there was some movement, but we start with Stefan working out in the woods.
I like this part.
While Caroline talks on the phone to him. He's mad. He broke up with Elena.
He knows how to wear a white tank top.
An athletic shirt.
Like the best of them.
Mm-hmm. Caroline is his sober sponsor, which that was new to me that she's sponsoring him in a sober... Mm-hmm. What, from being a Rippa?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he's relied on her like that before. They have a good friendship in that way.
Yeah. Elena has feelings for Damon. Stefan tells Caroline. Caroline is mad and revolted. Mm-hmm. And I was like, where is she? She's at the Miss Mystic Falls pageant.
Yeah, at the Lockwood Mansion.
At the Lockwood compound. She is going to shake some sense into Elena. But being a vampire has changed Elena. Mm-hmm. And I wonder in what way. Maybe in the way that they say all the time.
Yeah.
Her emotions are
heightened.
And I think in this episode, Stefan says, like, magnified or something.
Yeah, magnified, heightened. Like, that's all they ever say about Elena.
Yeah, they did like a thesaurus find replace for heightened. Stefan needs to cure Elena. And look, Ash, again, they're having a whole phone call about Elena behind her back, talking about what they're going to do to Elena, with Elena, for Elena.
I know. That's what the whole show is about, is what are we going to do about Elena without telling her?
Exactly. And then we wonder why she pops off and does something crazy.
Right.
Just get her in the room.
Yeah.
Elena walks up, though. They're at an event, we don't know what, is what I wrote at the beginning, and then I was like, oh, they're at Miss Mystic Falls.
Yeah, Caroline says it real quick.
Yeah, too fast for me. All right.
It was a lot.
No signs either, no signage.
No signage.
Not even a photocopied, like, 8x11 thumbtack to the wall.
They could have had, like, a sash draped on a chair or something.
Love a sash. Klaus whooshes up and gets Stefan in a headlock in the woods. And he's like, we need to find more vampires for Jeremy to kill.
Right.
Because he wants to see some more of that tat.
We need to see the hunter's mark.
The hunter's mark. More of that tat. Mm-hmm. All right. Damon asks where Stefan was and where he's going. Stefan is short with him and says he was out to both.
Yeah.
And he's still working with Klaus. Mm-hmm. And Elena and Stefan broke up. Stefan tells Damon.
Yeah.
And Damon's like,
yeah, he's like 100 facial reactions.
Damon does a bunch of exposition about Jeremy to Stefan, but Stefan already knows all that. And so it's like, oh.
Yeah, Stefan's playing dumb.
Oh.
But I do like how Damon was like, all right, I'll keep it short, because he knew that Stefan was probably in his feelings and wanted to get out of there and not talk to Damon really. But he was like, all right, I just got to tell you these couple things.
Yeah. I know you're mad. I know you're so mad.
Yeah, totally so mad.
They want to find a different hunter, not turn Jeremy into Connor Jordan 2.0. Mm-hmm. Professor Shane.
Which is nice of Damon, by the way, because normally he's like,
Who cares about
Jeremy? We can use him for whatever. I killed him once, whatever, you know. Mm-hmm, and it's like, well, he's actually like, that's maybe not a good idea. Let's not turn him into a crazy vampire hunter. Let's just find some other guy.
Yeah, and maybe even like logically, Jeremy at the time is living with Elena, and we see what issues that causes. Maybe Damon knows a little bit about that.
Yeah, and he's always thinking about Elena, so.
All right, Professor Shane knew Pastor Young.
Professor Shane annoys me so much. I don't like how he talks. Like, does he ever, like, open his mouth? Like, something's different. Like, something happens, or he's just like...
He also, like, opens his eyes, and he's also so acting innocent and talking to all these young girls and stuff.
And his, like, affect is all, like... Mm-hmm. I don't like that. Or his cadence or whatever.
Yeah, he's got, like, a face where he's like, are you accusing me of something? No.
Yeah. He definitely puts
But also, I'm right.
An unlikable vibe.
Yeah, except these girls like him, though. And someone calls him hot. Haley or somebody calls him hot.
Haley calls him hot.
They're going to confront Shane, and Stefan's going to, like, confront Shane, threaten him unless he tells me what he's up to. Something like that.
Yeah, Stefan's just like, all right, what are you going to do? You're going to threaten him, and if he doesn't tell you, what are you going to do? Kill him? Like, just the basic Damon.
Oh, Damon, yeah, that's
stuff.
what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Damon's like, or we could brother bond over tri-delts, lol, and get drunk instead.
Yeah. This is nice, though, still, because Damon's, like, recognizing that Stefan's upset and, like, well, we don't have to do all that stuff. I could just, like, hang with you. But he didn't say that. He says it in a skeezy way.
Yeah. And also, it's nice of him that he's not like when Stefan tells him that he broke up with Elena, that he's not just like a Damon-sized hole in the
Yeah,
wall, like running, like, or like a puff of smoke. It's just like...
Yeah. We do know they can travel fast.
Yeah. And Stefan says, let's not pretend like this isn't the best day of your life. Mm-hmm. And Damon's like, ouch. But he's like,
Yeah, I'm like, well.
Caroline is telling Elena that Stefna. I think Stefna was the bad guy in Stranger Things. Is her soulmate.
Right, Stelena.
Her feelings for Damon are more...
Standing Stelena.
Ooh-wee. Her feelings for Damon are more intense now, though.
That's what she says, yeah.
Which we find out why later. And I did not see that coming. And even, like, you were like, do you get it? And I was like, nope. And then they, like, had to say it. And I was like, oh.
I know. I paused, like, 1 second before Caroline said the final thing out loud. And I was like, do you understand what she's about to say? But you didn't get that one. That's okay.
That wasn't a Pete-diction. Stefna is heartbroken. Damon weaseled into her confused newbie vampire heart.
Yeah, Caroline's going hard.
All right, Professor Shane is there. They're like, who do we know that creeps on underage girls? Oh, Professor Shane can be the judge for this.
Yes, exactly.
He's there to interview contestants for the pageant. He told Damon how to break the hunter's curse, and now he has Bonnie obsessed with practicing magic. And she's missing pageant prep. Yeah,
Caroline is annoyed.
Bonnie must have been working during this. The actor who plays Bonnie must have been working during this show. Like, yeah, I'll do an episode every now and then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
go
I don't
do
know
something
actually,
else.
but probably. That sounds about right. Kat Graham is her name.
Oh, I feel like she still does stuff.
Yeah.
All of these people do.
In one way or another.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, Dobrev and the boys all have their alcohols.
Their drinks, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We need a, what would Klaus have?
I don't know.
A Klaus Mezcal.
I feel like he would, yeah, or like a gin.
Klaus gin. Klaus gin. What would Jeremy have? A Boone's Farm or what? Mad Dog.
Oh yeah, was he just like? What was that? He was like, I just want to get drunk or something like that.
Jeremy?
Yeah. One day he was like trying to go hard. What was it? Wine? I don't remember. It was a while back.
Oh, in this episode, they're like, maybe he has a bottle in the woods.
Was
that this episode?
Well, he used to be a party, I remember.
Oh, yeah, with Vicky.
Mm-hmm.
With Stefna.
You can't keep saying Stefna.
In the, what's it called? The underground? The upside down? Tipping bottles upside down with Stefna.
You're mixing references.
Yeah.
Too silly.
That's my other podcast, Stranger Pete's.
Petey Strange.
Petey Strange, that's what they used to call me in high school. Elena is making Matt her date.
Did you already say Stranger Pete's?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jeremy is April's escort. This April character is sticking around. Oh my goodness.
I know.
She's another one like a lark who I'm like, he's out of here. And April, I'm like, what's she doing?
She's just following everyone around like a little puppy dog. Oh, Pug snores.
Pug snores in the background. Jeremy is strong now. That was fun.
Yeah.
He lifts some kegs.
He was like, check this out, Matt.
And Matt's like, oh man, he couldn't even lift one.
Which I don't believe.
I was awoken as a hunter and I have energy all the time, Jeremy says. And Matt's like, look what happened to Connor. It may make you want to kill vampires like your sister, dude.
Yeah, Matt, he had a good Pete-diction. Matt-diction.
Yeah.
He knew what was going to happen.
He did. Stefan is at the hospital checking charts. I was like, what is this guy doing? And
He's doing it for so long.
I was like, oh, he's going to like pick this old sick guy who just had a quadruple bypass or needs one or whatever. And then maybe that was like the one I was supposed to think they were going to do, but then they even heightened it from there, speaking of heightening, to a murderer.
Did you know that he was there, like, when you thought he was going to pick the older guy, did you know that he was going to use him to turn him into a vampire at that time?
I thought he was just going to suck his blood, yeah.
Because he was sad or whatever?
He compels the security guy. He walks into...
Okay, when he compels the security guy, this is very unbelievable because Stefan walks up to him for so long, and the security guy's job is to look around.
Yeah, keep this murderer in the...
And he just looks straight ahead, and Stefan is walking towards him for so long, and it's not until Stefan is like literally almost touching his face does he even turn, and he's like, oh, how can I help you? Or whatever. It's like, you wouldn't, your job as a security guard, you wouldn't even sense that someone is like walking in your direction.
Right.
Come on.
And they could have... There's no reason they couldn't have played the scene that way. Stefan walking up and the security guard puts his hand on like his gun.
And Stefan
like,
just whooshes.
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? I got precious cargo in there, man.
Yeah, they could have given that security guy actor a little bit more room.
Yeah. If I had been playing that security guard, I got precious cargo in there, man.
No one wants you as a security guard.
Like, as an actor of a security guard or just as a security guard?
I think both.
I think I'd be better at acting as a security guard than being a security guard.
I don't know. Not with that performance.
I think it was good. And then...
Sounds like you're, like, strung out.
Totally. Have you met any security guards? No shade to the security guards out there. He walks into the convicted murderer's hospital room and feeds him vampire blood, then kills him, thus turning him
into a vampire. Guess he has to feed on blood to make the transition.
Dang.
Or he'll die, remember? You have to drink the blood.
So he does feed him blood, though, at some point, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But he's not a vampire yet.
No, he's an
undead
murderer.
Almost vampire murderer.
If once he gets killed, is he no longer guilty for murder?
Why?
Because he's dead now.
But he still murdered someone.
Well, what was his sentence? Was it death penalty?
Oh, I don't know.
Because then he served life in jail. Then he served it.
But I feel like that you still were charged guilty. It doesn't make you innocent.
True.
You just are guilty and you served your term or charge or whatever.
Totally. All right. just putting it out there. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know these legal terms.
Guilty and innocent.
Look, am I on trial here? Come on. Caroline yells at young girls with flowers. Klaus rolls up
And he's like, what time should I pick you up tomorrow? He was promised a date in return for his hybrid.
That is true.
Which that happened with me and this Prius once. Caroline suggests a movie where they don't have to talk to each other.
Yeah. She's so busy with that clipboard.
But that's not what Klaus wants.
No, he's like, I want to be your date. He gives some good reasons about why Caroline shouldn't be alone at the Mystic Falls. And she's like, okay, fine.
Tyler's indiscretions with Lady Werewolf Friend. Klaus is going to be her date with the pageant. Okay, so this Lady Werewolf is going to, like, come after Caroline or something?
No, it's just Haley. She's just saying, like, he's just saying, well, like, you're not going to want to be around Haley and Tyler together and be alone. Like, you should have a date.
And Ty and Haley are still putting on this charade.
Yes.
Except then Haley is, like, talking to Prof. Shane.
Yeah.
Later. All right.
Charade on top of charade.
Is she charading Prof. Shane?
Well,
she just likes him for real, I think.
But she's talking to Professor Shane and... Okay, never mind. We'll get there.
All right. Haley is helping some girl that we've never met before.
I don't know. When we were saying charade, I wanted to say, like, my charade-a. Like, charade-a. My Sharona.
That's good.
I wanted to say it, but the moment almost passed.
I wish I could get to...
Double, 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 charade-a.
What I would try and get to is... And Ty took me to the charade.
Black Parade.
Yeah. And I was at Mystic Falls. I took Haley to the Lockwood Mansion to see
my charade.
See? But my charade-a is also good.
Okay. You wouldn't have gone there if I didn't go.
No, I was just going to move along.
The charade-a.
Wait. Dun 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 dun.
My charade-a.
That's what you were doing?
Yeah.
Okay. What about dun 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 charade-a?
You weren't even sure what was going to come out of your mouth until it did. I could tell in your face you were surprised with yourself.
Oh, man.
Charade-a. Charade-a isn't even a real word.
You did the charade-a.
I know, but that was because it was Sharona. Wait, what is it? My Sharona.
Uh-huh.
But then the other one is just not that.
All right.
Tequila? Oh, I guess it's still
What
good.
about this one? At the Mystic Falls pageant, called the charade-a. Hey, Ty charade-a.
The Macarena.
All right.
We just made the word charade-a like it's a real thing.
My glasses are fogging up.
Oh my gosh.
This episode should have been called My Brother's Charade-a. All right. Haley is helping some girl that we never seen before get over her sire bond.
Another hybrid.
I have a bond. Sire bond. Ty is there too. Caroline bought us another day by dating Klaus.
Yeah.
Because he would find out what they were doing in that barn or whatever.
That's what they're worried about.
Isn't that barn is on his property or something?
No, they're like, we're out in the middle of so-and-so. No one can hear you. Because she's like, it hurts so bad. Break,
it's that barn where like Elena licked the blood off the floor, right? Or no?
Maybe. I don't know. It seemed like it was a different barn to me.
They just got barns out there.
I can be able to find the answer.
It doesn't matter.
To that question.
They'll tell us. Ty, okay. They do.
Woods. Young Farm? Are they at the Young Farm?
Oh. Young Farm. That was probably where they were locked up, right?
Yeah.
Where Elena licked the blood off the floor.
When she transitioned.
Yep, as they say in Mystic Falls. They do exposition about needing time to keep doing what they're doing a secret, not going to the Mystic Falls pageant. But then time wants to go. I'm reading through it because, okay, at the end of the episode, Caroline's coming to a big conclusion.
Yeah.
And it's that Elena is sire to Damon. But the conclusion I thought that she was going to, and why I wasn't like, oh, she's sire, blah, blah, is because I thought she was going to come to the conclusion of why Professor Shane and Haley apparently want unsired hybrids. Because that we don't know yet.
We don't know yet, right. I could see how you would kind of confuse that, but Caroline doesn't know that Haley knows Professor Shane. This is what I was going to say is Tyler and Haley isn't telling Tyler that she knows Professor Shane because when she's at the Mystic Falls, she's like, no, I don't know him. He's just smart and hot.
Yeah. She's having her own charade.
Yeah, that's the second charade. They have one going with Klaus, Haley and Tyler, and Caroline together, and then she has one on her own with Shane.
Prof Shane.
Shane charade. Yes. The Shane charade.
Dun, 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 dun. All right.
Charade.
But I think that they want unsired hybrids. Why does Professor Shane... I mean, he wants to go at the big dog. Klaus. Professor Shane? Because unsired hybrids... I don't know. They haven't given us it. Mr. Policeman, they have not given us all the clues.
No. I mean, we know why Tyler wants them to be unsired, but not... And until now, we thought we knew why Haley wanted him, but now we don't know.
Yeah, we thought she was doing it for a good reason, or like a philanthropic.
Right.
A lycanthropic. Lycanphilanthropic. Because lycanthropic is already werewolves.
Oh, okay.
She wants to be
philanthropic.
Or lycanthropic. Lycanphilanthropic.
Yeah.
She wants to do it for those reasons. We thought.
Yeah, we thought. Not anymore.
No. Now she wants to do it for...
the charade.
The charade.
Okay. Someone's going to hate this podcast.
I'm sure a lot of people do. They wouldn't get this far, though. Kiki.
She's having a bad dream. Hello.
All right, so Ty is like, fine, we will go to the Mystic Falls pageant.
Right.
Elena is putting a necklace on, and now Jeremy is a scary hunter guy.
He's like, I don't know why you keep pretending to be my sister, and chokes her out.
Yep, but it's a dream. However, he night whittled.
Yeah, that's different.
He's got weapons in the bed. He night whittled.
I heard him called something else before, but...
Yep. Matt is reading some papers or something about Jeremy turning into a hunter.
Yeah, they don't really explain where the papers come from, but I'm assuming they're from Professor Shane.
The hunter thing is going to become his nature, not just his subconscious. Because right now, that dream, his subconscious...
Yeah, he hadn't done anything scary yet in person, in awake life.
Stefan texts for them to meet him at Ty's uncle basement. April is picking out a dress for the pageant with Elena and Caroline. Damon walks up looking for Professor Shane. The ladies are like, oh, it should be blue or red. Oh, blue is safe. Oh, red is something else. Right.
The girls decided it's going to be blue until Damon comes in and he's like, it should be red. And then Damon's like, actually, the red one... I mean, Elena's like, actually, the red one's kind of nice. So this whole scene that takes too long, in my opinion, is an example of how Elena is sire to Damon.
Yeah.
But at the time, it's just like, why are they spending so long talking about this dress?
Yes. Elena follows Damon to the stairs. We need to talk. Stefan already told Damon about the breakup, and he's not sorry.
Yeah, he's like, I would say sorry, but I'm not.
Stefan didn't tell him why they broke up, though. And he's like, so why don't you tell me?
Yeah, she's all, you.
He gets Damon-ized. He's being very Damon-ized. Damon-ized in this episode. Professor Shane walks up and Shane blocks.
Oh, I know.
Damon is searching for another hunter. There's nothing Shane can do to help. Damon questions Shane and says that April's dad blew up a house and Shane knew her dad. Mm-hmm. And how did you convince the pastor to kill all those people? And Shane's like, did you accuse me of mass murder during a high school pageant? Which he did, I guess.
He's like, yeah, mm-hmm. So
but he doesn't even say, no, I didn't.
No, he didn't.
All right, Mayor Lockwood is emceeing.
Uh-huh. I think she has a new haircut.
MC Lockwood. New haircut?
Do you think she's doing a good job as a mayor?
No. Once she was the mayor, like, the council all exploded. But even before that, they were so mad.
You wish it was Tyler's dad instead?
I don't remember if he was a good mayor or not.
I don't think so.
It should be Alaric, still alive, as the mayor.
That'd be good.
Mayor Saltzman. The Salt Man. Jeremy meets Stefan in the cave dungeon uncle basement. Was it the uncle basement or was it the cave dungeon? Because there's a cave dungeon also. I'm
confused because you have all your own names for things.
Well, the cave dungeon is that one that, like, vampires can't go in, so probably not.
That's
that
like
one.
The witch one?
Yeah. But the uncle basement is the OG.
This is the Lockwood one. They call it the cellar. You call it the uncle basement.
Uh-huh, because Uncle Mason.
Right.
Stefan has the murderer chained up. And your sister isn't supposed to be a vampire, so kill this guy. Yeah, so we can get the cure. Basically his vibe. And then Jeremy does kill the guy. Yeah, but first Jeremy gives him his blood. Stefan makes him give it. And that's what turns him to a vampire, and then he kills him immediately. All right, Caroline yells at some nerd. Uh-huh. And the band. Yeah, she's going around yelling at everybody. Klaus arrives, and he's like, how am I doing, love? And she's like, you're perfect? Yeah. All right. Is he a short king, Ash? Probably so. And speaking of short kings, Ty arrives. Mm-hmm. With Haley. I think all the guys are short except probably Jeremy and maybe Matt. I think Stefan, he's not tall. I don't think he just plays tall on TV. Uh-huh. Haley makes like a joke that I didn't understand about someone has nails, but I have claws, which I get it's because she's a werewolf, but I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I don't even remember saying that. I have claws. Ain't no laws. Caroline is the reigning Miss Mystic Falls. Mm-hmm. Caroline looks nice. I like her dress. Her hair looks good. She looks like the mature one out of these like newbies. Mm-hmm. Good costuming and stuff, I think. Mm-hmm. Matt is looking for Jeremy. Jeremy is having nightmares where he kills Elena. Matt is going to escort April instead of Jeremy. Right. So Matt tells Elena because Jeremy didn't get to tell her because Jeremy went off to kill a vampire. And when April's coming down the steps, Matt does like the funniest face where he's like, I know. Like he's like, surprise it's me. And he does it like so intense. Like that, it also seems kind of out of character for Matt because he's usually kind of like straight faced.
But it was like real goofy.
It's like a 1930s movie face. I'm like, Sweetums, I'm here, not Jeremy. You are expecting a different young man. Baby was like, humna.
I know. That's who she wanted in the first place anyways.
Mm-hmm. They do their dance. Damon danced with Elena last time.
I know. They're looking at each other like, we did this.
Mm-hmm. Elena tells Damon and Caroline about Jeremy's nightmare she just learned about.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, maybe he grabbed a bottle from the bar and snuck off into the woods.
That's what Elena says, I think. Yeah, and they're like, what? Why would that be what he's doing?
That'd be really weird if he did that.
That'd be super weird.
Like by himself? Like, okay. Caroline gets mad at Elena. The thought of you and Damon makes me want to barf.
I know, and she's screaming this so loud when everyone is dancing, that like old-timey dance.
Uh-huh. Klaus calms her down, and Caroline has a Scarlet Envy moment.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the drama? Only she says, how did I become the bad guy?
Yeah.
And Klaus will tell her all about being the bad guy.
Oh, yeah. He knows.
It's almost like this Billie Eilish song. I'm the Klaus guy.
I wasn't sure if you were just going to sing it straight or what.
Stefan and Damon talk on the phone about Jeremy. His tat is growing.
I know. And Stefan's like, how much did it grow?
And they're still in the uncle basement, and Stefan is alpha dogging Jeremy so hard.
Uh-huh.
And then Jeremy can't be compelled, and then stabs Stefan.
I know. It's a good thing he doesn't immediately murder Stefan, because he could have.
And then he'd have some tat growth. For
sure. But yeah, it makes sense that now that Jeremy is a vampire hunter, he's not going to just tell the vampire about his mark. It's not like I don't know why they thought that Jeremy was going to have so much control over his vampire huntery self. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, man, he has to kill vampires.
He's like 15 years old also.
It's true.
He can't even control his hormones. He stabs Stefan in the tum.
You just call him Teffin.
Tefna. It's Caroline and Klaus walking and talking, and the strings version of that song from what movie?
Oh, wait. Oh, I said it earlier. Now I forget.
You said the song was called Falling Slowly, but you don't know what movie that's from.
Yes, I do. I saw the movie.
What movie?
It's with that guy and the girl.
Mm-hmm. And a pizza place.
You know that I know. It's like a one-word movie.
Oh, you're so close.
I know. Tell me the first letter.
Oh.
Oh.
And it has the word one in it. It's one word.
One? Once.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That was a big movie back when I worked at Blockbuster. Couldn't see that friggin' DVD case enough. Uh-huh. I mean, I saw too much is what I'm saying.
You couldn't see it enough?
Yeah. Love that.
You wish you were still looking at it.
Love those Irish couple, that not that attractive Irish couple standing on that stoop.
Well, you probably rented it for me, and that's why I watched it. We got them free rentals.
Oh, yeah. I didn't pay to see it. I liked it, though.
Me neither. Yeah, I liked it, too. I think I watched it in your basement, speaking of uncle basements.
Yeah. That tracks.
But I recognized the song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It's a good song.
I mean, that was a low-budget movie, but that song, it got nominated for an Oscar. It probably won.
It's still good.
Mm-hmm. Strings version.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay, what are we saying, though?
They got a real song in there. They're walking and talking. Hurry up and find the cure, Caroline tells Klaus, and I spelled Caroline really crazy.
Let me see.
Cow-like.
Cow-like.
Caolike. That's crazy. All right. He has champagne. Klaus doesn't want the cure. He's the most powerful creature on the planet. Really? Ty is watching them laugh and drink and getting jealous.
Yeah. They end up having a good time, Klaus and Caroline.
Yeah, because Klaus has her Mystic application and reads it and makes fun of her, and she's mad, but then she laughs.
Yeah. And I kind of liked how Klaus was carrying the champagne. Like, he had the 2 stems of the glass in, like, his fingers, and then he was holding the bottle in the other hand. It was very, like, he knew what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't like us on New Year's.
No. He was a little more classy than we were.
Yeah. Ty isn't having it. Damon watches Professor Shane and Haley chatting it up. Damon and Ty are like, how do those 2 know each other? And Ty's like, they don't, but they do.
Yeah, they wrong.
Jeremy is in hunter mode. April calls him out for not, like, being there. Yeah, he was in hunter mode.
Yeah, I was at the grill, but that's everyone's excuse all the time.
He was at the grilly. And he's like, but he knew the dance. He watched the lesson online 100 times, so he was ready to do that dance.
I know, that's cute.
April, that makes him a good guy still.
Yeah.
April talked to Shane about her dad. Mm-hmm. Jeremy says her dad and the council were doing the right thing. They died heroes. Uh-oh.
I know, that's a big switch.
He is sounding a little...
Connor Jordery? I mean, wait, I couldn't say it right. Connor Jordany. Jordery. What the heck?
He's sounding a little Connor Jordery.
Making up all kinds of words today.
Mm-hmm.
A little Connor Jordany.
A little Connor Jordery. I was wearing my Jorderies the other day to play basketball. My Air Jorderies. What sounds like Jordery?
It made me think of Jordache jeans.
Yeah, I was wearing some Jordery jeans and some Air Jorderies.
No matter how many times you say it, it's going to make me laugh, so you should just move on.
Damon approaches Shane again. All right, they learn a little bit. Damon learns. I guess we already knew this, though. Some exposition. 5 hunters are always in existence, I guess.
Yeah.
When one dies.
But it was interesting because he said, and some of them don't even know that they are. Because think about, you're a vampire hunter potential or whatever, but you don't even know that vampires exist, so you just fade into the...
You just live your regular life.
But you're, like, kind of strong.
Well, he didn't start getting strong until he killed a vampire. So, like, you would have to be a potential and then, like, accidentally kill a vampire and then be like, well, I'm doing this now. Yeah,
for some reason I want to kill all these people that I don't know what they are.
Finding one in a lifetime is impossible, much less finding more than one.
Yeah.
Damon shows he's a vampire by whooshing around, and Shane gets his...
He's like, subtle.
His surprised face, and Damon's like, you already knew that. All right. I got a little lost here. You're interested in the hunter's mark, but when he has the mark and can find wherever the whatever is at, it's sealed with a spell only a witch can perform. A Bennett witch.
So it has to be Bonnie.
It has to be Bonnie, and they have to use Jeremy's tat to find what, a sword, was it?
They have the sword.
They have the sword.
But what he's basically saying is that if he kills Professor Shane, Bonnie won't get her magic back, so she won't be able to do the spell. And he's the only person that's helping Bonnie get her magic back.
Dang. Mystic Falls is April. She wins.
Yeah.
Jeremy is creeping around. He's stabbing his hand.
Uh-huh.
He menaces Elena and, like, shows her his blood.
So she gets H for B.
Connor was right. All I can think about is killing vampires. But I want to drive a stake through your heart. He's like being a creepo.
Yeah. And Elena's like, but no, I'm your sister. I would never hurt you.
And, like, she pushes him or he falls, and then she gets on top of him, and then he stabs her in the neck.
Uh-huh. But he shoots her with the, he has a stake in his hand, but he also has one of those, like, on his, like, hand. Mm-hmm. What are those called?
A gauntlet or something?
I don't know.
A spring knife?
Yeah, maybe.
Batman has a gauntlet.
Yeah. But it shoots out like a dart kind of, but it's wooden.
A stake crossbow?
Yeah, a handheld secret crossbow.
Oh, that's what it's called.
On your wrist. Bracelet strap.
Yeah. Well, we know what it is.
I know, it's just being
I don't think it has a name, but you described it.
I was just being silly.
Matt runs in, and Stefan whooshes in, and like Matt pulls Jeremy out of there. Mm-hmm. Something. It was a lot.
It was fast. And then Stefan's like, let me. And he pulls the little baby steak out of her neck. And then they look at each other like, oh, I still love you.
Haley and Ty are sipping on the steps, and they're like, your mom party's harder than us. No cut to the mom party.
No.
Haley doesn't even know her parents.
No.
She got kicked out of her house by her foster parents or adoptive parents.
When they saw her wolf out for the first time?
Yeah, or did they just see the aftermath?
I don't know. That's what she said.
What's with you chatting up these old timers? The professor's hot and smart.
Uh-huh. She lying.
Mm-hmm.
He's annoying.
Klaus is talking to Caroline. Have I ever thought about being human? And he tells like a hummingbird story at the Andes. The hummingbird is constantly on the verge of death, and that was the only time he thought about being human. And me and Ty are both like, huh?
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, he's just talking some BS about being alive, being human.
Yeah, it seemed like he was like saying a Mad Lib, like, I was on the Andes, yes, and I saw a hummingbird.
Yeah, it's true. And also, the only time he thought about being human was when he was seeing a hummingbird, which isn't even human, it's an animal.
Oh, yeah. Human bird, maybe, he meant.
That would make more sense.
I saw this human bird, and
I was like, that's cool.
I was like, that's weird. Stefan and Elena are outside. When a hunter kills a vampire, the urge gets stronger. So it was Stefan's fault.
It's Stefan's fault, and he's like, I'm starting to think that this is what... And it's like, well, yeah, duh.
And Elena's like, tell me you're not making Jeremy kill vampires all day. And Stefan's like, that's what I was doing. And if... Okay.
To change you.
If Jeremy is losing his humanity, I don't want mine.
Right. She always wants to save everyone else instead of herself.
If Jeremy loses his humanity and also Elena does, then that's like a gift of the vamp guy. Right? Uh-huh. You don't have to love me like this. This is who I am now. The old Elena died on that bridge. Let her go.
Uh-huh.
Damon walks up. All right, and then Jeremy's packing. Lots of packing in this episode, it seems like.
Yeah, everyone moves.
Can't keep living here if I'm going to kill my sister.
That's a good reason to leave.
And then Matt is moving in. He packed earlier.
Right, so
presumably.
Matt moved in. Jeremy moved out. Mm-hmm. Elena moved out.
Elena's moving.
No, Jeremy moved out. Jeremy's still there. Matt moved in. Elena moved out.
Oh, Jeremy was fixing to move, though, by packing. Elena's moving into the mansion with Damon and Stefan. Dude house.
And then Stefan's like, I'm out of here. And then he moves in with Caroline.
Yeah, that was crazy. Real mix them up.
Uh-huh.
That girl can't do it anymore. Okay, the hybrid sire girl is like, I can't do it anymore. But then...
They're like, you're done. You did it.
Yeah. Haley is plotting with Professor Shane. They need unbroken hybrids. They need unfrozen cavemen. We got another one. We're almost ready. Kim is her name. Kim broke the sire bond.
Oh.
Yeah, she was like, I can't do it anymore. And they're like, well, you're in luck.
Yeah, that was the last one. How convenient.
Do you want to break a sire bond?
That's a good one.
All right. Speaking of bonds, Elena's drinking Brothers Bond.
Yeah, and Damon's like, oh, I was just giving it as a gesture. I didn't think you liked whiskey.
Yeah, and so she's like, my brother wants to kill me, and then they clink. They cheers. Elena thinks she's bad at being a vampire, but Damon says hasn't seen her more alive, ironically.
Because everyone else is mad at her.
And the dance today reminded Elena of when she and Damon danced together. And then...
she's like, I wanted to dance with you today.
And then they dance.
Uh-huh.
And then there's some intercutting.
Yes.
Stefan is drinking with Caroline. And she's like, you can't give up on Elena. And Elena told him to move on. And Caroline's like, but you and her are epic.
Uh-huh.
And her and Damon, ugh. Promise.
Elena and Damon?
Yeah, Elena and Damon. Promise me you won't stop looking for the cure. Klaus wants more hybrids. Okay, and this is what I thought it was going to be like. He wants more hybrids, but...
we're breaking the hybrids.
They're breaking the hybrids, and then there's going to be like a hybrid battle. Ty...
but that's not what happened.
Ty almost has them all unsired. OMG. Damon... Elena is sired to Damon.
Yeah. Like in all the examples, like the dress thing and why she killed Connor Jordan and some other things. Where she went with him. Oh, she couldn't drink vampire blood because she was sired to not.
Or blood bags. Damon's blood made Elena a vampire. What if Elena is sired to Damon? And Stefan's so mad. There's these characters that on Comedy Bang Bang, another podcast, where it's Thomas Middleditch and maybe Lauren Lapkus, and they play like child detectives like Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew type, and they're always coming to like these wrong conclusions. Like, the money fell down the well, the dog jumped in to get the money, so that means so-and-so's a murderer. You know, I just made that up. But they come to these, so that means, and then the thing is totally wrong and different.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like Caroline was doing.
You just had a different idea, but Caroline was putting it together. She was like, Klaus, because she's saying that Klaus knew, because Klaus knows all about the sire bond. He was like, he was hinting at it. He was like, you'll see what's going on. And she's like, what are you talking about? And then she's like, just talking about the werewolves out loud and their sire bond. She was like, oh, sire bond, Elena, Damon. Because she kept being like, something's wrong. Why is she loving him so hard? Blah, blah, blah.
It makes me want to barf.
Yeah. But that's not the end of the episode.
All right, what else happened?
Oh, you didn't say the intercutting with Elena and Damon.
Oh, dancing and smooching.
Smooching. They were in the bed and everything.
In the bed like, oh.
And they were kissing hard and doing all of it.
They were, Damon and Elena kissing. Yep, they were in the bed like, oh.
That's what you wrote?
That? No.
Yeah, that was a big deal because they've just kissed before, but they were like hooking up.
They were for sure. They were siring it up. Well, that's the end of
Delana or
that.
Stelena for you, Pete?
Steady Danning Delana.
Still?
Yeah. I feel like it's weird. Like, it's like, has 3 different episodes been called My Brother's Keeper? Has Elena been with Damon? This is like the 2nd or 3rd time. It's like we're kind of retreading a little bit.
Oh, okay. In a different way, though. Now Elena's a vampire.
Well, yeah.
Okay, what are your fangs?
1.62.
Okay. I'll go with a regular
for
1.75.
For how tall Stefan plays. 6'2".
I'll do 1.75.
Cranberry lime.
Good ep, though, but whenever Elena and Stefan together, I always said I would never give 2 fangs.
Yep. I don't really have good Pete-dictions right now there.
You gave some mid Pete-dictions.
Yeah, my Pete-dictions were all mid this episode.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, Ash, is this a game or just a
thought?
A thought experiment. Okay. Since it's the new year, So this is the new year. What would each character's New Year's resolution be? Starting with Elena. This year, I'm a vampire, and my resolution is...
I'm going to do whatever I want.
Okay. Girl boss, year of the girl boss. Maybe finding a new flame, seems like.
Oh, yeah. She already accomplished that one.
All right, Stephna.
Stop calling him that. Stefan's New Year resolution will be to eat more bunnies. to help the bunny population from overtaking Mystic Falls.
Yeah, he's doing like the whole health thing. He's hitting the outdoor gym. Because the real gyms have the Jan 2 noobs.
Yeah, there you go. Outdoor gym and some bunny snacks.
Yep.
Bunny snacks are good. Those
the Annies.
Yeah, those
or
are
Anns.
I'm not sure.
Auntie Annie's. All right, Damon's New Year's resolution.
He's gonna tap that
on the floor.
Tap that.
He's not a resolution guy. He's just like, I'm taking it as it comes.
Yeah, he doesn't make goals.
No. A Ty, my buddy Ty.
His resolution is to get rid of Klaus. He freaking hates Klaus.
He hates Klaus, and I'm gonna unsire a hybrid every week. Professor Shane.
Oh, he's gonna get with as many young girls as possible.
Yep. And then lastly, Jeremy.
Oh no, Jeremy's
kill vamps and sick tats.
Probably so. Maybe he'll become like a tattoo artist because he can draw, and now he's getting tattoos. So maybe he'll make his own tattoos. Which, by the way, I know what happens in this show. I'm just making up stuff.
For sure. He's gonna start doing some powerlifting, join some powerlifting comps.
Yeah, I don't want people to think that those are my real thoughts. Just playing the game, bruh.
Just playing the game.
That's a good game.
Thanks. Ash, if you personally like the Vampire Diaries...
I do.
And or you are a young adult...
I don't think so.
But if anyone out there listening is either of those things, you should check out my young adult book series, The Happenstances, at tinyurl.com/The Happenstances. 3 books are out there in the series thus far.
So good.
2 horror anthologies of short stories, Horror from the High Dive, volumes 1 and 2.
Yeah.
There, I have a tiny URL for probably the first one, but the second one's around too. tinyurl.com/H from the HD. In 2023, I'm plugging me. Okay?
Yeah, you should.
We're getting the plugs out. Read these books.
Buy the books, read the books, tweet about them or whatever.
Yep. Get me at High Dive Publishing on Instagram, at High Dive Publish. No ing. On Twitter. If you're still on that site, that is. Just kidding. I don't care.
I never was.
And yeah, I mean, rate, subscribe.
Send us a message. That's always fun.
Mm-hmm. Do a shot of Brothers Bond in our honor.
Yeah. Make up a silly song in our honor.
Oh man. I would give like a social media shout out to anyone who did a good charade-as parody. Like you just have to type it and send it as a DM or on a comment or something like that.
That'd be so funny.
Charade-as.
I would just be dying.
Yep. All right. Well, that was great.
My charade-as. Bye.